I'm Julie Fox, and I'm designing the set and the costumes for this workshop production of what's now called Civility. City Hall, and the way that City Hall is set up, and our experience from going and to City Hall and seeing the way that they use space, I would say is currently been a huge inspiration. The organizing principles are sort of similar but very different from conventions that we use in theater, like the main players, the counselors, are facing away from the audience, and when they speak, they're all facing the speaker, the only person, the singular kind of performer, if you like, who's facing the audience, the public. And when the counselors speak, they speak to her, and we see just a kind of projected image of them facing back. And also the counselors or performers break the fourth wall all the time. They very casually kind of go back and forth between the kind of audience risers and their seats. The version that we're looking at now is influenced by the City Hall kind of vocabulary that ultimately we may or may not be a part of the show. So this was a kind of iteration that would support that kind of fictional world. So there's this platform at the back. You could see it as a kind of like enlargement of the speaker's desk, and kind of gives a kind of powerful point of focus to that particular position of the speaker. We're using the whole space. You know, if it wasn't just a workshop, we would potentially look at a kind of bigger intervention in the space where the audience area would be equally treated scenographically, so that it would feel like one big room as opposed to a stage, and you know, that the fourth wall would be very permeable. As we got closer to moving to the actual performance space, our idea about, you know, what we try to achieve scenographically became simplified, just to support the actual material that we were spending most of our time building in rehearsal, which was really kind of city council centric. So instead of that platform at the back, which we weren't sure that we would really have time to address this time around, we decided instead to create focus with this kind of like colored valued floor. And that's really, apart from that, the intervention in the space is really just people and tables and small objects, and the stanchions and the relationship with these kind of like office materials and the audience itself. And I think an important, you know, we're still looking at how to build a relationship with this sort of stage and the audience area.